Light as a feather, stiff as a board. Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
We are the weirdos, mister.
Black as night, erase death from our sight. White as light, mighty hectate make it right.
I myself am strange and unusual.
It's time to cast a circle, spark some incense, and grab a cup of tea, because it's time for the Cousins Coven podcast. I'm Sharon.
And this is Wendy. Welcome back to the Coven, you guys. We're so happy to have you here today.
Yay, as always.
Yeah, so we were not really intending to record an episode, but then all of a sudden it happened.
Yeah, we get together, we have time, we have all these things we want to talk about. This podcast makes us happy. It's for sure one of my happy places to be during the week.
Right.
So here we are.
I know we got to talking and it was just like, oh my gosh, I can't tell you anything.
Mm-hmm.
I have to save it for the podcast. So that's really what this episode is going to be all about.
Chit chat, catch up.
Yeah.
Fun shit. Experiences.
Yeah, we just didn't want to leave you guys out.
I know. Like I said, I really enjoy this podcast time. So let's get into it. What are you thinking you wanted to set things off with?
Oh, let's talk about the Women's March that we just went to.
Okay, hell yeah. That's what I'm thinking is a great topic to start. We have energy probably because we were protesting with our signs in the air for the Women's March.
Yes, it was awesome. It was a really fun experience. There weren't as many people there as I thought that there were going to be, but...
Admittedly, this is Salem, Oregon, during the coronavirus scare.
Right.
I think was part of it, to be honest.
Yes, that's for sure. There were people that were supposed to be there speaking and couldn't make it because
they were sick.
Yeah. So, scary times right now. Hopefully it just goes away soon.
Yeah.
That sickness. But the march... Let's talk about our favorite things about the march. This empowering, it was just empowering, right? For women. Mm-hmm. It was beautiful. Brought me to tears a couple of times.
Yeah, because we're all there to share our support and our strength and our mutual hurt. And there's just, you read other girls' signs and you get to just see what they're fighting for, what their voices are, and you know that you're all there together. You get to see the men's signs and how awesome they are, and it's really great to see the men supporting women, and that the minorities are there speaking out for their causes, and even just seeing different translators there for ALS, and everyone working together, and we were getting free buttons, looking at the artwork, looking at people be creative, and when they're talking about their hardships and their speeches, it kind of brought us both to tears, and that's why I love being around another Pisces, because the world can just bring such waves of emotion, and I ride in that wave with people, it feels like.
Yeah.
I love that you're the same, that you're just crying.
Yeah, I'm oh my gosh, I can feel every word that they're saying. I feel how the crowd is responding because we're, these empathic Pisces.
Yeah.
So we can feel all that, and then all of a sudden it's just tears.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it was really cool today, too, talking about other types of feelings. My hands are still numb and, knees are aching. It was so cold.
It was so cold.
But so worth it.
Yeah, I was I can't feel my feet anymore. I'm sure this is bad.
I know. I was worried about you for a second.
But we made it. We made it through. And we saw the most amazing llama. Today.
Yeah.
We have this Oregon llama that kind of travels from different events. Tell us his name, Sharon.
Well, how did you say it?
Cesar.
Cesar?
Yeah.
He's Cesar, the no drama llama, and this is my first experience with him, and I feel it's very Parks and Rec with the little Sebastian thing, how they just have this little animal mascot that everyone freaks out about.
Yes.
I had no idea we had a llama.
Yes.
He's so cute. He's so well groomed, so clean. And I gotta hug him. And he's just in the middle of the rally, in the middle of the commotion, in the middle of the protest. He walked in front of us during this mile walk of protesting, and it was the cutest thing I've ever seen. Wendy has a really great picture with him. We should put these on our Instagram.
Yeah, I didn't actually get a picture of myself.
They took one.
They took one. They asked me to pose with him.
Because your sign was so awesome.
Yeah, because my sign. Yeah, we posted those on Instagram if you guys want to take a look at that. We worked really hard on some signs.
I know. I love you so much. You made the coolest ovaries.
I just went with it, and I didn't even know I could draw, so.
You did.
I did it.
Yeah, I went for nice little empower women, put
Yes.
some pentagrams in there.
It's awesome.
It was a really fun feeling, and
Yes.
we got to be creative together. We went outside of our comfort zones together to go, stand up for women.
And we signed up in support of shrooms.
That was awesome.
Yes.
So it was for people with, what do you say, PTSD. And depression?
Yes, depression.
To use...
Microdose of mushrooms.
Mm-hmm. So that was fun. And
Yeah.
Wendy was like, I should have asked him how to get some.
Oh, shoot. Did I say that?
But she didn't ask.
Yeah, okay.
Order.
Oh, this reminds me of something that happened to me this week. You
What?
ringing that bell. Can I
What?
transition into... My daughter and I did this amazing house cleanse. And I've done many house cleanses. We've done an episode on house cleanse, and I kind of gave some different things. But I learned something in this experience this week that I haven't experienced before. And I don't know if it's because this podcast has made me grow as a person, as a witch, as a spiritualist, as a metaphysician of the arts, you know. So it's made me grow to be able to grow the house cleanse.
Yeah.
And I have also seen my daughter grow in the same ways that I have. And so we're running neck and neck along this line of immense spiritualist growth. And so I brought out this big giant sage stick.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
I
how
was
shit
like,
gets started.
Yes. And for Christmas this year, I got one of those beautiful abalone shells. And so I took it out and I was like, I don't actually want to do the smudge part. And my daughter was like, thank goodness, because I really want to. And I said, do you know what I want to do? I want to use my gong bell. I wanted to use my bowl. So I gave the house a sound bath while she saged the shit out of it. We have a 2-story house. It's about 1,800 square feet. And it took us 2.5 hours to cleanse the entire house.
Nice.
And by the end of it, we were exhausted.
I'm sure.
In all ways. But one of the things we did when we got done saging the downstairs of the house, she asked me to sit down and she said, since you're the main person of the house, I would like you to call in all the leftover negativity that is still here, and then you use your energy to push it out the door. And I've never even thought about doing that ever. So she taught me this technique, and so I literally sat on the floor and called all of it, and I could feel all of the negativity in the house, or just on this first floor, I should say. And then we had all the windows and doors open, and I just pushed really hard with all of my spiritual backups, you know, my guide, me, everything, my aura, and pushed it out. I could feel it all gather into my left hand, like a heavy weight was in there. And then I threw it out the door like a frickin' beam of positivity. Yeah.
Care Bear stare. I love that. That's fucking powerful. And I can so relate to that, honestly. But that must have been really amazing to do. And when you think that, oh my God, I can do that. I do have the power to do that. Let's do that. And then you did it, and it felt amazing. So that's just something that I feel like you guys were learning together. Now all of our listeners would probably feel empowered to try that. Like, we have the power over our own energy, especially of our own space.
Exactly.
And our own minds.
Mm-hmm.
And I was definitely just getting bogged down by working, bogged down by the pressure of having this fast-paced environment and all these needs of all these customers coming at my face.
Yeah.
And trying to learn new things. And it was just a lot of days working back to back to back to back to by the 6th day I just needed to chill out, and I ended up doing like my own cleansing like Reiki session on myself to try to just get over it, because I was like, I don't want to think about this, I don't want to worry about it, I just want to chill out. And so it was a really cool meditation session for me. Like, I just laid down and I felt like when I closed my eyes, everything was spinning around me. I was playing tunes, something I just showed you off podcast a little bit ago, where I have this app. It kind of says what the tone is good for. And I think I was doing one for cleansing away fear and something else, like pain and fear, or fear and negativity. and just cleansing that. And so I let it play like really close to my head, and these tones are like blasting into my brain. And I had just smoked some weed, so as I'm laying down, everything felt like it was spinning. I think it was in a counterclockwise or clockwise position, but it was all spinning in one motion. And it felt like, oh my God, I'm going to get dizzy. Oh my God, this is so overwhelming. What is happening? What is happening? I'm in control. I'm in control. I can control this. And so I tried to go too far one way to be like, I'm freaking out. I control everything. And then I was like, well, wait, no, the universe controls everything. You have to go with the flow of the universe, something I've been really trying to work with a lot lately. So I let go. And as soon as I kind of went to that area, the energy and the dizziness shifted. And it shifted in a different direction, into where it was just like, this swirling is happening because it's taking out all the negativity. It's sucking it out and siphoning out like a tornado.
And you're feeling it.
Yeah, I'm feeling this coming out.
I'm loving this.
I'm feeling it coming out, and I can feel like a connection to like a higher spiritual spirit, the universe, that kind of thing, you know? And I feel it pulling out all this bullshit, and I'm getting images in my brain. Yes. And so the images are just like triggering pain or triggering memories or triggering this or triggering that. But it's a good thing because it's like letting it go, sucking it out, letting it go, sucking it out. And I'm just going and going and going and going and going. And then it was just, felt like it was all done. And then my tones, they stop. They stop by themselves after like 7 minutes. And so all I could hear outside were like these birds and the nature chirping.
Yes.
And it was like, just be one with nature. Connect with nature.
Yes.
Just be you, do you, and everything's going to fall into place.
Oh, I'm so happy right now for you.
I know, it's so exciting. And one thing I forgot to mention is that when I was trying to get stuff pulled out of me, all the negativity, I felt like a hand on my lower right leg and ankle.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, Aunt Debbie's here.
Nice.
She's helping me.
I'm so
like
excited.
Together she was like, we got this, Sharon. We're getting this shit out of you. And so I felt so much better. And after my session, my dog came and laid on me. My 2 cats literally came and laid on me. Like, they were like, this girl's energy is nice right now. Yeah. Like, we all just laid there. And I was actually able to take immediate notes of my experience and wrote them down, which I didn't even use right now. But the fact that I could recall it all, it was really powerful, because sometimes these really mental experiences happen to me, and I will never write them down into where they, like, you kind of forget them after time. So I'm really glad I was recording it all.
Nice. You know what that's called? A Theta cleanse. You just did a Theta cleanse. I'm so pleased right now because I've been wanting to talk about this on podcast, and I never found the right moment. I'm floored. What is that? Okay, so a Theta cleanse is when you are cleansing like the theta waves of your brain. And so those waves actually help you with positive thinking, positive life, positivity, and just basically be able to shift so that you're completely aligned. And so you're basically aligning your chakra, but all the way through to the smallest bits of particles that you're made of. So you're cleansing out all that negativity and straightening yourself out and having a spiritual awakening. Wow. And that is exactly what you described, was a spiritual awakening. So you guys, if you haven't ever had one, tap into that. This is what we've been saying since the beginning of the podcast, is that meditation and letting go and getting back into nature and getting down to the root of yourself. And trust your intuition. Yeah. And you want to know what's weird? The only reason this happened was because I could not find a yoga class for the life of me to go to after a certain time. It seems like nobody wants to work on Saturdays here. And so, like, no one was doing a class. And so I was like, okay, I really am going to lose my shit if I'm going to fucking meditate. Like, that's where I was at that moment in time, when you're just trying to be that Zen bitch, but you don't have the time to be. And so I was like, you know what? You do have the time. You do have the power. You do have the energy. Just stop, lay down right here. Give yourself these 14 minutes that it takes to get this shit done. And it's like, the universe kept telling me no on certain opportunities, like finding a class to go to, probably to remind me that you can do this all by yourself. Right. You don't need those. I mean, yeah, sure, it's great. Go pamper yourself, treat yourself, go to the studio, but you don't have to pay money to be Zen. No. You don't have to pay money to be Zen. You can do it all yourself. Right. You know, there's many ways to do it, and
it only takes a couple minutes to just chill out.
Mm-hmm.
So the app that I'm using, it was like a free app just called Sound Healing. I don't know if we'll end up linking it below or not, but it doesn't charge you. I can't say if it listens to you or not. It does anything weird. Who
Right.
knows with the app permissions? But it's
Right.
really cool because it has all these different hertz. So the hertz that I was listening to is 396. Just type in HZ if you want to look that up on YouTube, and that's supposed to remove guilt and fear. And I just thought that was a really good thing to remove. Like, so many of us have so much guilt over stupid shit from childhood or pain or trauma, whatever. Like, sometimes we just think it's ourselves or just whatever. We just let it attach onto us. So I think it's good to maybe after a work week, cleanse yourself.
Yes. I love this. Or if you're going through a traumatic breakup, or if you're going through a job change, or anything that could cause stress for you, that's a good time.
I feel like you're calling me out right
I'm
now.
so sorry. It wasn't directly to you. It was just like I was thinking from experience.
I'm like, me.
Yeah. Like anytime that, like when I was talking last week about my daughter and I having a fight, it was basically about her defying me. And I was like, I need to get out of the house, or can't meditate. I can't. There's too many people. I need my space.
That's kind of hard too, because
Yeah.
I am living with a lot of people right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't always have my own space, and literally after my pets all came on me, like not 30 seconds later, 2 people come knocking on my door in my household to be like, hey, we got some food, hey, we got this.
Yeah.
And I was in a place where I was like, that sounds great, where if you had come 14 minutes ago, I'd be like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Like, I was just in a bad place.
Yeah.
So I think it's really important to connect, not only at the beginning of the day, but after the day, I guess the end of the day. Because I will always do a thing in the morning before work. I'll try to like grab my selenite wand and just be like, as above, so below, from head to toe, like you are grounded.
I love
all
it.
these good kind of things. And
Yeah.
just to try to connect with a barrier between myself, and people at work, or the energies at work, or whatever you're dealing with at work, just to empower myself. And I don't think I was giving enough time to really cleanse myself of all my own negative thinking. Because when I'm in a workspace, I tend to think, I don't like this, on repeat all day. Because I'm like, this isn't my jam. Why am I doing this? Why am I here?
Right. And then on top of that, most of the people around you are probably saying the same thing
Oh,
as well.
yeah.
And so
Oh, yeah.
you're picking up on their energy and your own thoughts, and it just amplifies it.
And the customers who are mad because they have to wait in lines, they're like taking all that energy out on you.
Right. Yeah.
It's just...
Or whatever else is going
Whatever
on.
else.
We live in this busy world,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody's just bustling around, trying to make that dollar. And we lose sight of what living a true, authentic life is.
Yeah. Where I just feel like it is so important to have spiritual healing.
Mm-hmm.
And to talk about it, spread awareness of it, and validate it. It's a valid form of expression to make yourself feel better and connected to this earth, connected to yourself, connected to your own intuition.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I feel like that's what magic is. That's what witchcraft is. It's trusting that little voice in your head. And I just feel like I skipped over a question I wanted to ask you.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Which was, what are your tips for listeners out there for workday preparation as a witch? What are some spells, charms, talismans, whatever you got?
Yes. So I have a wedding ring.
Okay.
And a couple of bracelets. I don't usually wear jewelry, but these specific ones I have are great. So basically I charge them every night on my altar. I don't know if everybody else charges items in this way, but I feel like my altar has power, and with that power means that it can charge and protect the items that I have. So I always lay my ring and my bracelets on the altar, or I have that Enochian charging wheel, and I can charge things on there. So however you want to charge them, lay your stuff on your altar, ask the gods while you're sleeping to protect those, and then wear those items with you when you're out and about. Imagine that you're in your own little bubble, that people cannot enter your aura space, that you're not giving anybody permission to come into that space of yours. So that way you're living you and you're not feeling or living them. Because I feel like everybody in the world is an empath in a way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of how much of an empath they are. And that stuff washes onto us. I see every sign of the zodiac feeling that same way. So I guess just put that bubble of protection around you. Some people like when you're taking a shower in the morning, just cleanse yourself with that water as
Hell
well.
yeah.
And be like, saying something like, as I wash myself, a protection goes upon myself. And then, or something like that. Make something up. Make something that resonates with you.
Dude, I feel like in the moment is when those little rhymes come to me, and then
Exactly.
I'll be like, oh, what did I just say? And I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Exactly.
But they're so fun and good.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it is. So what else could we do? Maybe if you're one of the people who eats breakfast before you leave the house, maybe when you're making your breakfast,
Coffee
even, stirring your sugar around, stir a protection into it, and as you drink that, the protection goes throughout you.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just make a little pentagram in there.
Exactly. You could protect your car along the route to home or whatever you have around you, which reminds me of something that happened this week. So I was riding the bus home from work on Friday, which was just a couple of days ago for us. And it was raining. It was raining on Friday. And we hadn't had rain in a while, and I could tell that the bus windows were a little bit dirty. But here's what was cool is that the rain, as it was hitting the window, was making sigils onto the side of the bus. And when I was looking at it, I was like, am I seeing things? But then it was kind of like all of a sudden I could tap in and feel that somebody had put a protection spell upon the bus, and it wasn't me. And I'm looking around at everybody on the bus, and I'm looking around, I was like, I don't see anybody here who might have done that. And then I was like, oh, maybe that person spelled the bus earlier in the day. But I could feel the energy of the protection shield that somebody had put on that bus.
That's really cool.
I need to meet that person. So if you're on this podcast and you were on my bus.
My bus route is.
No, I don't want to tell people
Exactly.
But, if it was you, let me know.
Dude, that really has me thinking kind of like this Harry Potter mentality. Like, witches are out there. We're in your fucking world. We're doing shit. We're spelling your buses for protection, and you don't even know.
Exactly. Witches unite.
Witches united.
Witches united. Maybe that's the Women's March talking with me today, but I'm like...
Just fisting in the air for power. Yeah.
Get together.
For sure. Oh man, that kind of makes me think of something I wanted to talk about the Women's March, is that when we're doing chants about like, what do we want justice? When do we want it now? Like when we're saying that together, that legit is a spell to me.
Exactly.
That's manifesting.
It's manifesting. It's out there. The energy is out there.
The weird thing is, though, it's like all these different people, they all have all these different causes and all these different things they're fighting for, whether it be like abortion, equality, whatever.
Yeah.
We're all shouting into the universe this change. And does the universe respond to it? Does the universe hear us? Does it react? That's what I want to know.
I think it does. And so for a while now, I've been saying, I feel like maybe I lost my love for humanity for a second because there's so much negativity that's going on. And so I kept telling my family, I was like, you know what needs to happen? Like on The Walking Dead, that kind of stuff needs to happen. And then
apocalypse?
Yeah, an apocalypse. And then coronavirus started, and I was like, oh shit, did I manifest that? But then I'm not that powerful. No.
Maybe it's all of everyone's fault.
Right.
With that negative shit.
And so I was like, but we can't get better because there's no hope for us. So something has to come and take us out. But today, that thought of mine, that negative thinking changed. It flipped. I was like, in events like this that are happening, because it didn't just happen in our city. This was happening all over the United States, maybe even all in the world, because it's National Women's Day. So I was like, all of us, this right here is what can positively change the world, so we don't have to have a pandemic come and take us out, because we still have hope for the future. We still have this equality, or wanting equality for everybody. We still have this human connection for a cause. So there is hope for the future. I don't have to have that negative thinking.
Yeah. There's no reason to give up on hope for positive change.
Right.
I mean, it's easy to just kind of be your own little hermit in your own little island and be like, well, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. I'm just this one person. How does it affect me personally? Or how does it do this? Da, da, da. But, I think that the power of our minds is powerful.
Yeah, for sure. And now we were all saying those chants at the same time, which was great.
Mm-hmm. Good day.
It was awesome. I'm like moved. What else do we have?
Oh, should we talk about tarot and oracle cards?
Yes.
I had one quick funny story, and then I feel like you have better information and actual, like, cool shit.
No, go for it.
But I just find myself going through the same habits as a tarot card denier, and I just will do something like I want the card to tell me that what pain I'm going through is going to be over, or I'm going to get the change that I want, like, yesterday. Like, I just want to hear really good things all the time, or what I want when I want it. And so I was just doing a one-carded draw on my app about, like, a tarot card app about work, I think, and trying to get out. And it was like I got the devil card. And so I'm always like, well, the devil card could be good, Maybe I just need a party. Maybe I just need to have fun. Let me get a clarification. And then my clarification is a man lying on the ground with a bunch of swords in his back.
Or the cards are like, nah.
Nah, girl, nah. Yeah, it was like the 10 of swords. And so I was like, okay, that doesn't look good, but let me just get one more. And then I got the tower card.
Which is falling apart.
Yeah.
Everything's falling apart.
Yeah.
You're like, ah!
And that's when I put my tarot cards away, and I think I bought 3 packs of oracle cards again.
Right. But then they turn around and tell you the same stuff.
Yeah, so I know you've been playing with oracle a lot lately.
Yes. I went crazy, and I was like, you know what? My birthday's coming up. I'm just going to splurge. And then the next thing I know, I got 4 decks of oracle cards.
That's awesome.
And they all, I don't know if you think this way about your cards or not, but my way of connecting with them is to see them as individual people.
Wow.
In a way. And I know that sounds crazy because they're just paper, but I feel like they have their own energy. So when they come to me, they have an energy, but then I want to imbue my energy into there so that I have a connection with them so that I can read to them. Or read them, or they can speak to me.
They're like your babies.
Yes. So when I got the 4 decks, I was like, okay, they need to intermix with each other. So it was kind of funny because the first deck I got is the Ascended Masters, and when I ordered them, they traveled here by themselves. The second deck I ordered was the Witch's Wisdom deck. Mind you guys, oracle cards, they're fucking beautiful. Might I just say that they have the best artwork. And anyways, they traveled to me by themselves. And then the third and the fourth deck I ordered together, and they traveled together. So they were already acquainted with each other. But my goal was to be like, I want to read all of these together. I want them to give me all the information that I want. And so I took them all together yesterday because I knew I was going to read for you today. And I put them all together, and I was like, okay, guys, I need you guys to make friends. Get in tune with each other, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to shuffle you 1,000 times, and so that you can get acquainted with me. And so I left them, and then I literally put my energy into them after they had been together for a while, and then I did a reading, and it was amazing.
Yay!
And then we did a reading for you today, too.
It was so fun, and they're so intuitive. I think what's great about the oracle cards specifically have some sort of wording on the front, or some sort of symbol that's just so easy to interpret. It really gives the reader an ease of connecting the dots like anything, like nothing I've seen before, I should say. Right. It's a lot easier to read than having to be like, oh, let me go to my book and see what this means. Let me just clarify what this means. Like, these oracle cards are dope, and I think that they're powerful, and they're so pretty. They're so fun. So I liked it. I know we compared it to like building our own Pokemon decks. Like
it is. Gotta catch them all.
Yeah, mashing all of these oracle card decks together to like try to make a beautiful message.
Right. But I gotta say, I had never really had experience with oracle cards. And I remember when we did our tarot card episode, we said, well, if you want something to be nice to you and not tell you the truth like a tarot card is, we said, hey, why don't you get a deck of oracle cards? So I was like, you know what? I don't want to be called out on my shit all the time. I'm going to get some oracle cards. And so then when I got these, I was like, wait a minute, these are just as honest, if not more honest than the tarot card.
Is that your experience with the decks you got?
Yeah, so far. And so I'm just like, oh my gosh. But the difference is reading them all together, and I haven't incorporated the tarot cards in with them yet, but I'm going to. I'm going to learn how to do that. But the thing is, now I'm getting more answers. So if you just have one deck, maybe you're not going to get all the answers that you want. So these multiple decks, it's getting me deeper into what my question and answer really is.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. I can't wait till mine actually arrive that I ordered.
Yes.
We use our birthdays for sure as an excuse to shop, and we're not done, people.
No.
We're gonna go crazy this month
Like-
with all the fun.
What's funny about this is, like, I feel like I've always been this way, but I think of my birthday as the one time of year that I can really spoil myself. So I'm like, oh, it's my birthday. So I'm like buying stuff for myself the whole month.
Right.
And maybe the week leading up and the week after.
Yeah, it's just this crazy experience.
It's like 6 weeks of shopping.
Yeah.
At one time. My
We're-
husband's like, you're spending my money. I'm just kidding. Because he bought me a Reiki table for my birthday.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for you.
I know. I can't wait to use it.
We really want to take this show on the road
Yeah.
and go to the people, heal the people, talk to them, connect with them, sell them some
Yes.
cute crystals.
Yes.
So I'm hoping any of our listeners in the Oregon area, we will have some announcements for you guys soon that will be at shows. Like, this is so, I shouldn't
know.
even be announcing.
I know. But I think that
It's just happening.
we have so many things that are coming our way that we can't wait to share with everybody. And
so much in motion.
yeah, I don't know when this quite happened, but it was something that happened in this podcast that's making us want to get boots on the ground. Like, all of a sudden now we're wanting to branch out for more than just this podcast. We're wanting to take it out into the community.
Mm-hmm.
And it's happening. Like,
In our
it's
minds.
happening. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already started, so I guess I'm going to plug this now. I have to plug our merch shop.
Oh my god, y'all, we got merch!
Yeah, we got crazy into the artisticness here. We worked really hard on these designs. We worked on them together. I feel like you were the main artist, and then I
thank
just
you.
went in and took I had to learn how to take the background out and make the image transparent so it could go on to different colors.
Yeah, you really sealed the deal, and you also were the front runner in designing our storefront. So where can people go find our merch?
Okay. Shoot. I'm going to tell you. Just give me a pause.
Also, I'd like to change it as we speak later. I think on our Instagram, if you go to our Instagram, I'm just going to put the link there.
Yeah,
So that
instead of
taking,
Podomatic.
instead of taking you to our podcast, which I think you guys should know how to find by now, you're listening to us.
Yeah.
It'll take you to the merch store.
Yes.
So right now in the merch store, you can buy journals, t-shirts, mugs, water bottles, stickers. What
Yeah.
else?
Bags.
Bags.
Tote bags.
I'm all like
Tapestries. Pillows. All this stuff.
I can't even handle it myself. I'm really excited.
We are at cousinscovenpodcast.threadless.com. So
Okay.
that's Cousins Coven Podcast, all one word, .threadlist.com. And yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 designs that you guys can choose from. All the products are great. And what I think is, aside from designing those, putting those amazing designs together and working together on the project, I'm excited to offer this opportunity for everybody to buy our stuff. And then that money is going to go towards continuing the podcast and taking us out on the road. We've got some fun things planned. I cannot give anything away whatsoever, but I know that we have some things that we're going to go do and then bring you guys along with us.
Yes, and we also dream of trying to get some cool equipment to make our lives easier when recording.
Right.
You know, it's just not to be greedy to share our merch. It's just to be fun and grow this coven together so that
Yeah.
everyone who listens and tells us that they feel like they're here with us, they can wear a little shirt and just think of the coven. We could all be together and connected.
Right.
There's really cool journals, which I'm really happy that we have journals. Wendy
Yes.
already has one with her that she's using. It's got like a back pocket.
Yeah, it's great. I feel like they made it specifically, the lined notebook is what it is that I got. And this one specifically makes me think of a witch book. It literally, you can write all of your witchy things in there. I'm taking podcast notes in it right now. But yeah, it's got that pocket in the back. So My daughter, when I showed it to her, she immediately said, oh my gosh, you could stick feathers in there, or you could put spell stuff in there.
Yeah, little poppets.
Yeah,
little pressed
poppets,
flowers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then we have these hard-bound journals as well.
Oh my god, I can't wait to start ordering some t-shirts.
Yes, I've got a t-shirt and a water bottle coming, and I think that we'll probably be doing a giveaway at some point, so be listening for details on that. I will be letting you guys know. Everybody likes free stuff.
Yeah.
And we like you guys to be involved.
Definitely.
So we'll get that going. What else did I want to talk about? Synchronicities. I know we've talked about synchronicities a lot, but we had a listener who wrote in that made me want to talk about it again.
Okay, awesome.
So he was saying, I feel bad I didn't write down his name, but shout out because I know you're listening to this episode. They were telling us that for the past 10 years that they had been seeing 1111 over and over and over again. And it wasn't until they listened to our Synchronicities podcast episode that they realized why they've been seeing 1111.
Connected everything and just,
yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh, another person's awakened.
Yeah, that's really cool. Like, synchronicities has been one of those things we've gotten the most messages on, I want to say, because so many people have their own really magical experience. Like, maybe to that person it feels mundane because, oh, you just look and you saw the number. But when you hear them all back to back, like, oh, I see a bunch of crows all the time, or oh, I see this, or oh, I see that. Like, it's fucking magical.
Right. Or do this. Just sit down, have music playing in the background, have a conversation with somebody, and pick up on the responses that you get from the music or TV show that you have on in the background. That's like one of my favorite things.
Or even like changing the station just to pick up a one word and then another word, another word. Little games like that, but it's even cooler when it happens to you and you're not expecting it, I guess.
Right.
So I've been seeing 1111 a lot. I'd say this past month too.
Nice.
I don't know if 111 counts, but I'd also see
does.
111 as well.
I think that would count. So you can take that into angel numbers. That was the other thing that our listener was talking about, how us just even mentioning angel numbers makes people want to look it up. So if you haven't heard of it, definitely look that up. It is interesting. It gives you some insight into what the universe is trying to tell you.
Right. Like whatever number you're seeing or whatever pattern, whatever animal, whatever color, whatever is repeating.
Right.
I think you could probably Google it and get some answers. But specifically angel numbers is a good one to look up, or numerology.
Right. Find that spiritual meaning. Somebody's talking to you. We just don't know who that somebody is sometimes.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, so I had a little game for us to play.
Awesome. Yay for games.
Here we
So we'll
go.
put this probably in the link below, so if you want to play a game with us.
Yes, it's a BuzzFeed game, so just warning you guys.
BuzzFeed.
I love BuzzFeed. I can't help it. Okay, so the first question is choose some wings, and basically they give you 6 wings to choose from.
Okay, I'm going to go with the blue sparkly ones.
I was drawn initially to the pink ones, so I'm going to pick that.
Okay.
Are you more introverted or extroverted? I feel like...
Intro.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm definitely introverted. Choose a color, duh,
Purple.
What is your general temperament? Solemn, relaxed, apathetic, optimistic, amused, envious. I'm going to say no? I was like, oh shoot, I'm not always relaxed.
And I wanted to say optimistic, but the same
I'm
thing
not.
happened. Like, I was real negative this week.
I'm going to say solemn. That's me.
Am I apathetic, relaxed, optimistic?
It's your choice.
Right?
I can't choose for
I'm
you.
going to go optimistic. Let's go with my
Okay.
intuition.
All right. Choose a makeup look. I do not like any
These
of
are
these.
disgusting.
They're hideous.
These are the worst makeup looks I've
But I
ever
guess
seen.
I'm going to go with the...
The green and pink?
No, I'm going to go with the polka dots.
I'm going green and pink.
Day or night? Oh, this is
Night.
a hard one.
I just went night.
I love both. I'm going day.
Okay.
Choose an animal companion. Oh, this is easy for me. The owl.
I thought I wanted to go little bird.
Nice. What do you value most? Money, knowledge, family, animals, humans, justice. Knowledge. It's a choice between knowledge and family.
There's also humor.
Oh, humor. Did I say human? I need glasses.
I'm going to go with humor because I need to laugh.
I guess I'm going to go with knowledge. Okay.
Yeah, I almost thought knowledge because, like, witchcraft.
Yes. Choose an accessory. So there's some beautiful
flower
things here.
crown.
I'm going... I immediately was drawn to the feather.
Okay.
You got... What'd you get?
Kirby?
What's that?
I'm a Kirby. So wait, did we even say what this quiz was? We did, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what fairy...
BuzzFeed fairy.
What fairy are you?
Yeah.
So I got Kirby. You're a shape-shifting water spirit who often appears on land as a horse, but can also adopt the human form. You are a carnivorous creature claimed to even be cannibalistic, luring mortals and other fairies into the water before devouring them. Majestic in appearance with a cold, silky touch, you exude a chilling but equally alluring aura. I sound like a murderer. A murderer horse fairy.
I guess that's not what I took out of it.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I said I was optimistic, and that's what I took out of it.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were we going to say?
I don't remember now.
Damn it! I'm sorry.
We're both sorry.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I got brownie.
I've heard of that at least.
A benevolent household fairy. Sounds like me already. You reside in attics or holes in the wall of caring families. Brownies don't like to be seen, so you help out with tasks around the house at night. Oh my gosh,
God.
I actually do this.
I feel like that's so you.
In exchange for treats and small gifts of food, often including honey and porridge. I love both these things. If these gifts are ever implied to be payments, you feel greatly insulted and immediately leave the house as you believe that you choose to help out of kindness. Rumor states that brownies possess the ability to shape-shift into domestic or farm animals. I'm like, yes, I just shape-shifted into this cat.
That would be exactly what you would do.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, that also sounds like you. So while you were doing that, I Googled Kelpie. So this is kind of just like a traditional one.
Oh!
It's like a water horse.
Yeah,
It kind of makes me think of those My Little Ponies.
Yes.
Doo-be-doo. But then right under that was this like sexy Kelpie.
Yes!
It just looks like
oh my gosh, those abs and that chest.
It literally just looks
Looks
like
like
a
a
hot
gold
black
man.
guy with like real muscular body and then a horse head.
Yes.
So, just like, why? That made me think of something I wanted to show you looking at that sexy Kelpie man.
Yes, tell me.
So I have to pull up this thing I found on Wish. It was like basically like a Ouija board,
Okay.
but not for what you would think.
Oh no.
I feel like I should just show
you. I can see where this is going.
You already know.
We do love Wish. Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know if you guys use this. I don't even know if we should be plugging it in any way whatsoever. But sometimes you just find yourself wanting to buy fun items. Oh my gosh. What she just showed me was the spirits want you to have sex. A board game. But it is a Ouija board, so the planchette is a heart, and it's red, and all I can see from the picture so far is something, and where it would say goodbye, it says good sex. Oh my gosh. And then in the left-hand corner it says, yes, yes, yes. And then in the right-hand corner it says, not right now. And then it shows all these sexual positions. This is fabulous.
Like, who would take the time to be like, okay, we're going to see what... Because it's all positions, right?
Yes.
So you would be, like, channeling spirits to push the board into what position you did?
Yes.
That'd be so bizarre. It'd take up so much energy.
You could play with more than one person, too. This is
Fuck, you
totally
got dark.
bad.
Like
So because there's two lips
An
here.
orgy.
So kiss, male, female, or male, female.
This is how you could start, like, an occult sex ring.
Oh my gosh.
You get together and you have these weird, creepy, sexy orgy parties.
I can't believe you found that.
I
You
don't-
would find this on Wish.
It's so bizarre. The spirits want you to have sex, the board game. I just didn't understand why the spirits would want you to have sex. And what kind of
Gosh.
spirits would you be invoking? Like incubus, succubus? Some goddamn sex demons? What is the purpose
I mean,
of this?
okay, so here's where
I almost want to buy it for funsies. That's how it starts.
That's how it starts. This is where my mind goes. This is going to get really bad really quick. What if you had lost a spouse or a boyfriend and you found somebody else that you were with and the two of you were calling on your ex together? So your new person could be asking sexual questions.
About...
Which position does my wife like?
Oh. Or if you had lost your husband or wife.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're contacting them.
These pictures are dirty.
They're dirty.
I
told you they're sexual positions.
They're really
It's like
dirty.
straight on Kama Sutra.
Yeah, little like cute Sunday comics looking Kama Sutra.
And if you don't know what Kama Sutra is, please look it up because you're missing out.
Yeah. So I don't even know why we got here, but I took us here.
I don't remember.
So that's available for $24, wish.com.
Yeah.
The spirits want you to have sex.
What else do we have?
Yeah.
I only had 2 more things.
Okay.
We've definitely been getting EVPs.
On our episodes?
On our episodes. So we've been saving those, and I am slowly getting those put up on our WordPress. So that's at cousinscoven.home.blog. If you haven't been there, go ahead and go on, like us, subscribe so you can get updates. So on that page we have our old podcast episodes, but I linked this new tab on there called EVPs, and those are things that we've got. I'm putting descriptions. I'm not putting what we think that they say. I'm going to leave that up to you guys to figure that out and maybe tell us what you hear. So I'm labeling where we were at in an episode. Not time stamping it, unfortunately, because I haven't been really keeping track of that, but I'm telling you kind of what we're talking about and what we got.
All right. I appreciate you uploading those.
Yeah.
I need to start helping you do that because there's something about the white noise that we get that it's just really odd. And I don't know if people are going to be like, you guys are just crazy, just a mumble.
No.
Because it's never as clear as like, hey, I'm over here. Hey, what's up, y'all?
Yeah.
It's usually just like, and I'm like, hey, did that thing just say I want a cookie? Like, I can never really tell.
I feel like sometimes we hear different things. Yeah. So that's the thing about EVPs. You know something's there, but it's your brain has to figure out what it is they're saying. So
tricky.
Yeah, it's very tricky. I've been trying to save the EVPs in a way that it catches a little bit of our conversation ahead of time, so you might be able to tell what we're actually talking about and seeing how the ghost is responding.
I appreciate that, because sometimes they do seem like they're responding to what we're saying.
They are definitely responding. In our last episode, I found 3 definite EVPs. There were a couple of other instances, but I couldn't tell if it was something or not, and I was like, okay, well, if I can't tell, to me that's not proof, but if I can tell that there's something,
that's where I'm getting to, where I'm just like, that was probably a spirit, but it wasn't enough to even care. I'm gonna keep going and editing, and it's just like whatever.
Yeah.
Like that's how mundane it's getting, or like how common it's getting.
Right. And so that's crazy, but I think it's just because we do this kind of calling on the spirits before we start the episode, and
invite them to the space, invite them to talk, invite them to... We always are inviting them to rub up on our doll, Agatha. Is that wrong of us? Are we exploiting her beautiful body?
I did find it strange that I have a photo frame that's next to her, and I don't know if you noticed this, but a couple weeks ago it died, and my photo frame is dead. I have not been able to get it to
Do you think that they sucked up their energy?
I don't know. It's one that plugs into the wall, but now it just doesn't work anymore.
I do remember that.
I haven't had it that long. Like a year and a half, maybe. So, yeah, it's totally broken.
And were you thinking spirit related when that happened?
Yeah.
Maybe we need to be more specific, because we always say you can touch us, you can take our energy,
right? You can touch,
but don't touch our electronics.
Yeah, yeah. Don't mess up my stuff, man.
We're podcasting, man.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose footage.
Did you have anything else? I only have one more thing. It was just to kind of say that we've got our newsletter that's going to come out in a week or so. So if you guys want to add that to ways that you can see where we're going,
join on the WordPress account.
Yeah,
sign
join
up.
That up.
Yeah.
I hand email those out, but I found a an app now that allows me to
Multi-send.
Yeah,
Yay!
I've been hand emailing these out to you guys. So our subscribers who actually get those newsletters, I'm actually writing an email out to you every single time to every single person.
Just everyone, give it up for Wendy. Give it up. Ding ding. Oh man, keeping us going.
Look at this. How it's all the wood. So this, what would you call this?
Like your gong?
Yeah, I was like my donger.
Your
That doesn't
dong.
sound right.
That sounds like no.
This got sexual. I'm so sorry, but I was like, it's this wood thing that hits my singing bowl, and this happened during the sound bath. My little
all the
thing.
battle damage.
Yes. It got intense, and now it's all pockmarked. It just makes it beautiful. I was like, why does this stick feel this way? And when I looked at it at the end of our house cleansing session, I was like, oh my God, what did I do? My poor, beautiful wood thingy.
I mean, it does kind of look like it's intentionally textured.
Right.
So I don't hate it.
Okay, good.
Yeah. It looks cool now.
But that's how massively I was hitting the bowl.
Yeah.
I don't think I was supposed to be hitting it that hard, but I was clearing out every corner with my sound bath.
I like that. We love some gongs and some hurts here on this channel. Change the vibration in your room, change the vibration in your mind.
Yeah, in your soul.
That shit works.
Yeah.
That shit works. So, I don't know. We've got the magical orb here. Should we ask our orb a question?
Forgot about that. Oh my gosh.
Is anybody going to buy merch?
Oh my gosh. You should be answering it. Here. I'll flip it over for
are you going to surprise us and buy some merch?
It says very likely.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So, I guess you shake it and I'll ask a question.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, shoot. Is Trump going to be elected again? Please say no. Please say no.
Whenever I shake it, the stars say no.
Thank goodness, because ho ho, hey hey, ho
Ho,
ho,
Donald Trump has got to go. Hey hey, ho ho. We learned some chants, y'all.
Yeah, it's great.
Yay.
This women's march, it changed us.
It empowered us. I thought it would be a draining experience to be out in a crowd, and you can actually get power, when you're having a united cause.
Right.
It really makes you want to do, like, group guided meditations or group, like, ET channelings, like the power of the mind. When we all concentrate on the same thing, it's just an interesting effect that it has on your body.
And group magic. I know we had some people, listeners, I should say, are part of our coven. They want to do magic with us, so we need to get that going.
We really want to find a place in Salem, Oregon that we can facilitate meetups.
Right.
And time that work for people and not just, have no one show up. That's my little loser kid fear. No one's going to show up to your birthday party.
I also want to do a virtual gather up, too.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll do that.
Okay. We got this. We can do it all.
We're going to do it.
We're going to do it all. We're going to do
We're
all
just
the
gonna
things.
Figure out how to do all the magic nonstop all day, every day.
Have a job, have a podcast job, have a life. It's going to be all working.
Yeah. All magic.
So, I don't know. Should we end it here or should we keep going for the day?
I feel like, I don't know if I've run out of stuff to say. That was all I really had written down, but...
I know.
Anything else for you, or are you feeling any...
I'm feeling content.
Okay, good.
Like, we had a lot of high energy. We got to, catch up on all of our fun things.
Yeah.
And whatever else happens between now and then, we'll definitely let you guys know.
Yes, we can't wait to share. I love listening to people write in, or anybody who writes in. I love hearing about all of your experiences. It's really empowering for me. It makes me want to talk more and more off the cuff like this.
Yeah, you can hear all of our little secrets, so we love to hear yours.
Yeah. And if there's any topic that you guys want to hear about,
or questions,
please message us so that we can talk about it. It's not that we are opposed to researching whatsoever, but we're
just busy.
Yeah, we're just so busy. And if I had something more than just, oh, this is what I want to talk about, I wanted to talk about what you guys want to talk about. I don't want to talk about just the things that I like.
Right, because as a coven, as a community, as witches, other people's questions really spark a lot that I would have never even thought of.
Exactly.
So you guys just ignite our flame, keep our cauldron brewing, and have a magical week.
Yes, have a super fabulous time. And may you find happiness in your heart, love for yourself, and join each other. Blessings to all.